Are you vaccinated? Ever had a headache? Fascinated by dinosaurs? Enjoy a glass of milk now and then? If you've nodded yes to any of these, you owe a hat tip to French scientists. Dive in as we unravel the immense contributions of France to the world of science. And spoiler alert, it's monumental. In this video, we embark on a journey through the annals of science, spanning from 1737 to the early 1900s. We'll merely scratch the surface of France's huge contributions and the indelible impact of its scientists on the global stage. Along the way, we'll also uncover the pivotal role Europe played in nurturing and attracting bright minds to France, serving as a cradle for innovation and discovery. Prepare to be amazed by the rich scientific heritage that France, with Europe's support, has bestowed upon the world. Medicinal quinine treating malaria, 1737-1820. First up, we have Charles-Marie de la Condamine, who back in 1737 was wandering around the Amazon rainforest, probably dodging arrows and avoiding jaguars, when he stumbled upon the miraculous quinine. Fast forward 83 years, and the dynamic duo of Pierre-Joseph Pelletier and Joseph Bien-Aimé Caventou isolated this wonder drug from the bark of the cinchona tree. By 1850, this became the go-to malaria buster, making the World Health Organization's hit list of essential medicines and saving more lives than all the superheroes combined. The Study of Dinosaurs and Anatomy, 1797-1805. Next, let's talk about Georges Cuvier, the Indiana Jones of the natural world, who, between 1797 and 1805, dug up the dirt on dinosaurs and laid the groundwork for comparative anatomy and paleontology. His groundbreaking work made him the rock star of the science world, leading to the explosive popularity of extinct creatures and even nudging along the development of the theory of evolution. Talk about making history! Modern psychiatry, 1801. Fast forward to 1801, and enter Philippe Pinel, the compassionate revolutionary of psychiatry. Amidst the chaos of the French Revolution, he took charge of Paris's mental institutions and decided that chaining up patients was so last century. He transformed asylums into hospitals, classified mental illnesses, and introduced humane treatment methods, essentially giving psychiatry a much-needed makeover. Surgery, 1803. In the realm of surgery, we had Dominique Jean Larrey, Napoleon's right-hand surgeon, who invented the flying ambulance in 1803. This was the Uber Eats of medical care, delivering first aid directly from the battlefield to the operating table. Then there's Alexis Carrel, the maverick of surgery, who was messing around with tissues and petri dishes, stitching up blood vessels, and even dabbling in organ transplants long before it was cool. The stethoscope, a doctor's indispensable, 1816. So let's not forget the humble stethoscope, invented in 1816 by René Laennec, who was probably too shy to get up close and personal with his patients. This simple device, fashioned from a piece of wood, revolutionized the way doctors listened to the whispers of the human body, turning them into the ultimate medical detectives. When René Laennec rolled up a piece of paper and invented the stethoscope in 1816, he unwittingly stirred up a medical fashion revolution. Suddenly, doctors could listen to the secrets of the heart without having their patients do the 19th century equivalent of, "Please remove your top." This was particularly groundbreaking for female patients, who were no doubt relieved at the prospect of keeping their Victorian layers firmly in place. However, not all doctors were thrilled with Laennec's invention. Some saw it as the ultimate party pooper, depriving them of the drama and, let's be honest, the mild awkwardness of the traditional chest listening procedure. Imagine the shock and indignation. What do you mean I can't ask patients to disrobe for a heart check? What's next, diagnosing a cold without a bloodletting session? Preposterous. Laennec, in his quest for medical decency and innovation, had inadvertently become the buzzkill of the doctor's office, challenging the status quo and perhaps saving a few blushes along the way. Braille, an invaluable tool devised by Louis Braille, 1824. In 1824, Louis Braille, a visionary who didn't let blindness dim his brilliance, created Braille. Inspired by night writing, he developed a tactile writing system that opened up a whole new world of literature and learning for the visually impaired, proving that necessity is indeed the mother of invention. The most widely used medicine, aspirin, 1853. Now let's talk about the headache hero aspirin, concocted by Charles Frederick Gerhardt in 1853. This little pill has become the Swiss Army knife of medicine, tackling everything from fevers to inflamed egos, and cementing its place as one of the most widely used drugs on the planet. When the French chemist whipped up aspirin in 1853, little did he know he was giving the world the ultimate shush to its collective headache. Fast forward to today, and aspirin has become the globe's go-to pill, making it seem like France basically handed out a universal, calm down, dear, it's just a headache to humanity. Thanks to France, the world's migraines, hangovers, and heartaches now have a tiny but mighty adversary. So the next time you pop an aspirin, tip your hat to France for sparing us all from a world of headaches, literally. Louis Pasteur. Let's talk about Louis Pasteur, the French chemist and microbiologist who could have easily been the poster boy for From Rags to Research. Born in 1822 in the not-so-bustling town of Dole, Louis was the son of a tanner with more ambition than cash and a sergeant major with probably a lot of discipline. Young Louis had a flair for art, but science and math were where his heart truly lay. Fast forward to 1843, and Louis is hitting the big city lights of Paris to study at the École Normale Supérieure, basically the Hogwarts for teacher training, but with less magic and more microbes. He snagged his doctorate in chemistry faster than you can say Eureka, and started spreading his genius across France, teaching in places like Strasbourg, Lille, and Paris. In the midst of all this, Louis married Marie Laurent in 1849, who was kind of academic royalty, being the daughter of the rector of Strasbourg University. They had a bunch of kids, but sadly, only 2 made it to the grown-up table. Pasteur was a science machine, churning out discoveries like molecular asymmetry, why your beer doesn't spoil, thanks to pasteurization, and the tiny troublemakers called germs. He even started the Pasteur Institute in 1887, which was like the Avengers HQ for infectious diseases. The guy was showered with awards like they were going out of style, from the Legion of Honor to the Leeuwenhoek Medal. He was part of the French Academy of Sciences and had an international fan club in several foreign academies. A true patriot and humanitarian, Pasteur used his brain power for the greater good. He made sure your milk didn't taste funky, your pets didn't drop dead from rabies, and he even gave science education a boost. In 1895, he bid adieu to the world from his country pad in Saint-Cloud, and France gave him the ultimate shout-out by burying him in the Pantheon, where all the cool historical peeps hang out. Louis Pasteur, part artist, part scientist, all hero. Intermission time, troop. Let's serenade that like button with a click. Not yet whisked away by our charm, subscribe and clink that bell for an all-access pass to the whimsical side of France. Pasteurization, the process that revolutionized food, 1864. Louis Pasteur, the Jedi Master of microbiology, brought us pasteurization in 1864, turning milk from a game of bacterial roulette into a safe, sip-worthy beverage. His technique of heating liquids to kill off unwanted microorganisms was a game changer, ensuring that your morning cereal remains a risk-free affair. First successful vaccines, 1878. Pasteur wasn't done yet. He also laid the foundations of immunology with his work on vaccines. Building on Edward Jenner's smallpox breakthrough, Pasteur took on cholera and anthrax, turning deadly diseases into defeated foes and effectively kickstarting the science of immunology. Marie Curie. And that brings us to our second stop, where we'll quickly talk about a woman who contributed immensely to the world, the great Marie Curie. Once upon a time in Warsaw, Poland, a little girl named Maria Sklodowska was born into a brainy bunch on November 7th, 1867. This future science superstar was so into numbers and physics that she probably calculated her own diaper changes. Life threw some tough quizzes her way, like losing her mom and sister and dealing with a Russia that was more about oppression than open books, especially for women. But Marie, she wasn't about to let that stop her. In 1891, she packed her bags and hit Paris, diving headfirst into the nerdy nirvana of the Sorbonne. There, she met her match in Pierre Curie, a dude who was as into physics as she was. It was like a scientific rom-com, complete with lab coats and love sparks over Bunsen burners. Together, they stumbled upon polonium and radium and basically invented the buzzword radioactivity. The dynamic duo snagged a Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, alongside Henri Becquerel. Marie smashed glass ceilings left and right, becoming the first lady to snag a PhD in science and teach at the Sorbonne. But then, plot twist, Pierre went and got himself knocked out by a horse-drawn carriage in 1906. Talk about a bad day at the office. Widowed with 2 kiddos, Irene and Eve, Marie didn't miss a beat. She doubled down on her glow-in-the-dark research and bagged another Nobel in 1911, this time in chemistry, making her the poster girl for firsts. First 2-time Nobel laureate, first woman to win in 2 fields, and basically the Beyoncé of science. Marie wasn't just about that lab life, though. She was a humanitarian heartthrob, too. During World War I, she pimped out vans with X-ray machines, dubbing them Little Curies, and zipped around helping wounded soldiers. Talk about a ride-or-die kind of gal. Sadly, all that time spent with radioactive pals took its toll, and Marie checked out in 1934 from leukemia. She and Pierre now chill together for eternity in the Pantheon, hanging with France's VIPs. Marie Curie, part mad scientist, part Wonder Woman, and a total legend. Her legacy? A mixtape of scientific breakthroughs and good deeds that still drops beats in the world of science and beyond. The discovery of radioactivity, 1896. Enter Marie Curie, the queen of glow-in-the-dark science, who took Becquerel's accidental party trick and turned it into a full-blown scientific rave. With her partner in science and life, Pierre Curie, she dove headfirst into the mysterious world of radioactivity, coining the term and discovering not 1 but 2 elements that would put her on the map: polonium and radium. Marie wasn't just about making shiny discoveries. She was a force of nature, becoming the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person ever to snag Nobels in 2 different sciences. Thanks to her, radioactivity went from a whoops to a wow in the science textbooks. Marie Curie's groundbreaking work on radioactivity didn't just earn her a spot in the Science Hall of Fame, it also opened Pandora's box of possibilities for humanity, for better or for worse. On the bright side, her discoveries paved the way for the development of radiotherapy, a game changer in the battle against cancer, zapping tumors and giving patients around the globe a fighting chance. However, the same discoveries also laid the groundwork for nuclear bombs, casting a long shadow over the atomic age, with the potential to obliterate life as we know it. Thus, Curie's legacy is a double-edged sword, wielding the power to both heal and destroy, forever entwined in the complex tapestry of human progress. And there you have it, just 10 of the countless discoveries French scientists have graced us with. Picking which ones to showcase was no small feat. We aimed for the most iconic, yet the tip of the iceberg doesn't even begin to cover it. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment with a groundbreaking discovery from your corner of the globe, and let us know if you're craving more videos like this. We've got enough material for a whole series of mind-blowing revelations. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you won't miss out on our next adventure. And if you've ever popped an aspirin, smash that like button. We're aiming for 6 billion likes pronto.